Just keep talking. Yeah, where'd you get that mic from?
Amazon.
How much you paid?
Well, actually, my brother got it for me.
You don't know how much he paid for it?
No, because he already had one, and he was like, "I'm gonna order you one." I was like, "All right," and he got it for me. I was like, "Oh, snap!
Okay.
Thanks,
Yeah,
bro. Appreciate it."
I'm gonna have to invest in a mic like that because that's kind of fly over there, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Well,
Yes,
um,
sir.
well, what is this? This is I can't remember what episode this is because I've already gotten a couple that I got lined up. You'll probably be episode 7. But welcome to 15 minutes or less, uh, Glenn. But we're gonna call you Jay Nitro. We're gonna call you
Yes,
Jay Nitro.
sir.
You
Yes,
know what's
sir.
going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I know you're a pretty busy man, but I just want to tell you from afar, I admire like everything you got going on
Yes,
with your
sir.
YouTube channel and stuff. And I know a lot of people may look at it kind of backwards and stuff, but one thing about you, man, you've always been on the grind. So I just want
A
to salute you.
fact.
I always want to salute you for that, man. Always. So I'm
Thank
saluting
you.
you out.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
what do you want me to call you, Glenn, or you want me to call you Jay Nitro?
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Well, Glenn, where did Jay Nitro come from? I just want
Okay.
to know, where did it
All
come
right.
from? What was the inspiration?
All right. All right.
Go
All right.
ahead.
So J Nitro pretty much came from an old nickname I used to have.
Hmm.
I used to go by Smooth Nitro, but I dropped it because a lot of people in my family that a lot of people in my family and some of my friends that know my middle name, just called me Jay. They never really called me Glenn like that.
Hmm.
They just was like, "What's going on, Jay?" And I just added the AY at the end of it, so it'll be
Okay.
like a legit thing.
All right. So what about Nitro? So we got Jay. What about Nitro?
Nitro came from back when I used to take Taekwondo. That's a fact. I remember we were doing kicking drills,
Hmm.
and the instructor would every time we went, the instructor would give us like nicknames, and he was like powerful like Nitro. So I was like, oh snap, that's tough. I like that.
Yeah.
And like I said, I was so smooth with everything I was doing at around that time. So smooth Nitro just fit perfectly. And
Okay.
so yeah,
All
that's
right.
where all that came from.
Well, one thing, Glenn, you've always had was you've always had like a very strong following. Like whenever we worked together with the kids and stuff, how did you kind of build that rapport with them? What were some things that you think you did that kind of made like kids kind of follow you, not only just from the site, but they follow you on YouTube because you got 3,000 subscribers. And I think
Yeah.
my parents saw that and they was like, he got 3,000. I said, yeah. Glenn has always been on the grind. So like what did you kind of do to kind of build that rapport with them?
As far as like the school wise or like just the fans in general.
School, then we go to the fans. What did you do?
Okay, so with the kids at the school, I pretty much kind of when when I first started, I was like, hey, I want to do things a lot different than when I was going there. I wanted to kind of make a bigger impact versus what I had at that time. Because like I mentioned, whenever we did the interview where you were the guest, I pretty much said that I wanted to kind of do stuff that's never been done before, as
Hmm.
far as the site. And I'm not sure if Boys and Girls Club in general has done the stuff that I've done, as far as like, you know, um, plays like specifically like Lion King and stuff like that, talent shows, bringing like the video games to the school,
Hmm.
and that kind of was like, all right, this is what is going to have to take for me to make a huge difference in their lives, because
Hmm.
that's um I would say unorthodox, but I don't know. I
It
think
kind of
it's
is like, I mean, I've been doing Boys and Girls Club 10 years. I haven't seen anybody do anything like that. So it is kind of unorthodox, Glenn, I have to say. I have to
and,
say.
and then on the fans on that side, I just been, just doing what I know how to do, and that's entertain.
Hmm.
And when they see that I'm not doing YouTube for like the money side, I really don't care about that. I care to make a difference in people's lives, and I want to have that feeling where somebody can see me out on the street, be like, "Oh snap, that's my favorite YouTuber. He did this, that, and this," and it was so cool. And
Hmm.
that's and at the end of the day, that's why I do what I do.
Right. And I think you come from a place where you do things because that's just what you like doing. I don't think you've ever done anything, to monetize yourself, anything. I mean, of course, if it comes, I mean, you take it. But I don't
Yeah.
think you've ever like been the type that just wants to do stuff just, for profit, you know?
No, no, I've never been that person. Anybody that knows me can tell you I'm not that kind of person. I do stuff because I love to do it and for the fun of it.
Right. Well, let me ask you this, Glenn. I think we're actually similar in a lot of ways. Well, I would say one way we're really, really similar. We have a drive about ourselves. Like it's really easy for us to just do certain things, and
For
I
sure.
think sometimes it can cause for like anybody that has a drive to do something to be like misunderstood a lot. So I do want to know like where does your drive to you know, create that YouTube content and just get up and do it every day. Like I saw you had like a video with like 33,000 views, which is great.
Yeah,
Where did that drive come from? Like what is the inspiration?
that drive, I'm a honestly be upfront. I've been wanting to do like something with film and videography and stuff like that since I was in middle school, but I never really had the platform. Well, I can't say the platform to do it. It's just I never really had the tools to do it with.
Mhm,
I knew exactly what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. It's just I didn't have the technology at the time to do it.
mhm,
And when I got it, when I got everything I needed to make Nitro vlogs, it was just like, oh my gosh, it comes naturally pretty much. So
mhm.
that's where all that comes from. And then a little bit of it comes from back when I used to take Taekwondo. I never gave up on anything. Um, and that's some of the that's one of the what's one of the traits they pretty much teach you is you got to have uh, indomitable spirit, which means nothing can break your spirit. So you have to just keep pushing and pushing and pushing
You know,
to
I took Taekwondo when I was sixth and seventh grade. I did not finish, but I learned a lot about discipline, a lot. Like
yeah.
we were doing like hundreds of push-ups a day and jump rope and with the
That sounds
tech
about right.
with the technique, what I learned was like if you do it right, it's not about how strong you are, like
Exactly.
it's about the
Exactly.
technique. So I remember I was like hitting the boards, like doing the hand
Yeah,
thing
board
like
breaking.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was even doing it like doing like little roundhouse kicks and stuff. And I wouldn't even put much effort in. It was the technique that they would drill into you,
Yeah.
you know. So I was knocking the boards down, man. I couldn't believe it. I remember it was like, wait, what?
That's
So I
how it was
was,
for me.
yeah.
That's exactly how it was for me.
So,
And once you do it enough, it's just like it just comes natural.
and I think for me, man, it was just I wish I could go back in time and just finish. I was like a couple belts away from a black belt. I think I was a purple belt with the black stripe. So of course that meant I just need my red belt and then I had a black belt. So if I can go back in time, I'll start over. But here we are.
I mean, you could. I mean, you can still do it.
Uh,
You can still do it. You can still do it.
Taekwondo.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I don't know,
There are
man.
people. The the studio that I went to, they they have people
Uh,
way older than us still taking martial arts.
it's that. It's a lot of money. You know how I am about that. You
Yeah,
know.
that's true. That's true. That's
Well,
true.
well, well, Glenn, let me ask you this too. So, you got the drive, but I've known you for a while, and I know that a lot of people in general may misunderstand you. I know we kind of touched on that, with the drive, but
Yeah,
now it's just about Glenn Corbitt. Like I think a lot of people misunderstand you, Glenn.
yeah,
Um, and I think you kind of sometimes have it rough sometimes. You
I
know,
do. I'm
so
gonna keep it a
did you
buck.
did you kind of want to touch on that? What is it like
Yeah,
to kind of navigate that? Because it is a tough road where you're
yeah,
doing something, but you feel like people maybe, don't see your vision or something like that. That's a tough road.
yeah. Like I'm gonna take for instance when I first started. No, yeah, whenever I first started doing YouTube, right
Hmm.
before J Nitro vlogs even came out, I was just uploading stuff on my main channel at that time, which is not like my backup channel.
Hmm.
So with that one, I would just post like random stuff. I didn't think nothing of it, and then once I was like, "Hey, I'm about to start vlogging," everybody was like, "Dude, you're not gonna even get like up to like 100 subscribers. You're not even gonna get like 10." And I was like, "Okay, okay." And whenever I hit that 1,000 mark, everybody was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! I gotta subscribe to the channel." And and it's crazy because those same people that downed on me are now part of the Nitro Club, which is my fan base. And it's just like, but you were okay, okay,
And I think the biggest lesson, someone that's, has done a lot, whether it's writing a book or like losing like of course 115 plus pounds. The biggest thing that I've learned is like the road that you travel is not meant for everybody to travel. And there's going to be some times where people don't really agree with you, or they don't believe in you, or whatever the case is. They may laugh at you or whatever. But Glenn, your road is your road, man. And at the end of the day, those people, whether they're on your side or not, they're just not meant to really like be there, during that process. And that's
yeah,
so, and that's okay. And I just want you to know that that's okay. Definitely been there. I've been, someone where people have like questioned, or they think whatever, or you do too
yeah,
much of this or you do too much of that, or you do this or you do that, or you don't do this or you don't do that. And it's just my road, man. It's my path. And it's
yeah,
going to be good days, it's going to be bad days, and something that I had to learn, you know but you got to stay on your road. And
for
you
sure, for
you are
sure.
you just make sure you're destined to be on your road. So you got like 1 minute left. Is there anything else you would like to say?
Uh, I don't think I do.
You don't think you do?
I
Well,
don't think I
Glenn,
do.
I appreciate you sharing that story, man, because like I said, it's your path, and you just remember that. No matter what, I don't care who says something to you, or maybe they laugh at you, or they ridicule you, or whatever. You just make sure you stay on your path, man, because
For sure,
once you get there, they'll probably be like you said. They'll be the ones on the Nitro Club, and then they'll probably be the ones saying, "Oh, well, I remember him. I was on that path with him." He's like, "Nah,
no, nah, nah.
you wasn't." You know, like Drake said, "You wasn't with me shooting in the gym."
That's Drake. I'm gonna say Drake is my favorite artist of all
Same.
time.
Well, he's number three, maybe.
I'd say number two for me.
Yeah, you know who number one is.
Yeah.
So, well, Glenn, I appreciate you for coming on, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And that's a wrap.